quite alright. You're not disturbing me. I would much rather talk than work. Yet, here I am, day after day, haunted by one thought. I must write. I must write. I must write. This is my study, the room in which I write my stories. I built it myself, actually. Cut the timbers and fitted the logs, made an awful mess of it. Still, I'm happy here. I do my writing here, at this side of the room, because the roof leads directly over my desk, and I move the desk, but it covers a hole I made in the floor. And the floor was built on the side of the hill, so in heavy rains, tends to slide down. Oh, many is the day I've stood in this cabin and passed my neighbors standing in the road. Still, I'm happy here. Although, I don't get enough visitors to suit me. People tend to shy away from writers. They assume we're always busy thinking. Not true. Even my dear sweet mother, she doesn't like to disturb me. She always tiptoes up here and leaves the food outside my door. Come and see. Ah, there. Nice. I haven't had a hot meal in years. But I've done a good deal of writing in here. Perhaps too much. Sometimes I look out of the window and see that life is passing me at a furious rate. So I ask myself the question, what force is it that compels me to write so incessantly, day after day, page after page, story after story? And the answer is quite simple. I have no choice. I am a writer. But I do admit to fits of wandering. I am engaged in conversations where I hear nothing and see only the silent movement of lips. And all the time I'm thinking, he'd make a wonderful character for a story, this one. Yes. Still, while I'm writing, I enjoy it. And I like reading the prose. But as soon as it appears in print, I can't stand it. I see that it's all wrong, a mistake, that it should never have been written, and I'm miserable. Then the public reads it. Yes, charming, clever. Or charming, but a far cry from Tolstoy. Or a fine thing, but Turgenev's Fathers and Sons is better. And so it will be to the day I die. Charming and clever, charming and clever, charming and clever. And when I die, my friends will walk by my grave and say, he lies so and so, a good writer, but Turgenev was better. You know, it's funny, before you came in, I was thinking to myself, perhaps I should give it up one day. Should I? I'm here to tell you, here in this theater tonight, what I would like to do with my life. Ever since I was a small child, I always, excuse me one moment. Just making a note. An idea just occurred to me. A subject for a short story. Yes. Must be my mention in the theater that sparked me. Yes. Excuse me, what were we talking about a moment ago? No matter. My mind is now consumed by this new story. See if this appeals to you, okay? It starts in a theater. It starts on the opening night of the new season. It starts with the arrival of all those dear and devoted patrons of the arts who wave and greet each other in the grand salon, commenting on
how this one looks, how that one is dressed.
Scarcely knowing what play they're about to see that evening, with the exception of one man, Ivan Ilyich Chekov.
A civil servant, a clerk in the Minister of Public Parks, had any interest in life at all, it was theater. He certainly had hopes and ambitions for a higher office, and he dedicated his entire life to hard work, zeal, and patience. Still, he would not deny himself his one great pleasure, so he purchased 2 tickets for the very best section of the opening night performance of Rostov, The Bearded Countess. As fortune would have it, that night in the theater came his respected superior, the General Mikhail Brasilov, the Minister of Public Parks himself.
Good evening, General.
Yes, good evening, good evening.
Permit me, sir, this is a great honor for me. I'm Ivan Ilyich Chekov.
Yes.
Like yourself, I too serve the Ministry of Public Parks. This is to say that I serve you, who is indeed the Minister of Public Parks. I am the Chief Assistant Clerk in the Department of Trees and Bushes.
Ah, yes, lovely trees and bushes. Very nice.
My wife would like very much to say hello, sir. This is her, Madame Chekov.
How do you do?
My pleasure.
My pleasure, General.
Madame Brasilov, my wife, Madame Chekov.
How do you do, Madame Brasilo?
How do you do?
I just got the pleasure of meeting your husband.
And I'm my wife's husband. How do you do, Madame Brasilov? Shh. I hope you enjoy the play, sir.
I will if I can watch it.
Feeling quite pleased for making the most of his golden opportunity, Ivan Ilyich Chekov set back to enjoy the opera. He was not a stranger to the minister anymore. They had become, if one wanted to be generous about the matter, familiar to each other. And then, quite suddenly, without any warning, like a bolt in the sky, Ivan Ilyich Chekov reared his head back and...
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm so terribly sorry.
Never mind, it's alright.
It's alright, it's definitely not alright. It's unpardonable. It was monstrous of me.
You make too much of a matter, young man. It's alright, I say.
Please permit me to wipe your neck. That's the least I can do.
Let it be, it's alright.
And I splattered you here. Sir, your head is splattered. It was an accident, but it's disgusting.
Sorry, terribly sorry.
The thing is, it was out of my nose before I could stifle it in. Yes, certainly. It's not COVID if that's what you're worried about. Probably a particle of dust in the nostril.
But try as he might, Ivan Ilyich Chekov couldn't put the incident out of his mind. The sneeze, an innocent anatomical accident, grew out of proportion in his mind until it resembled the angry roar of a cannon aiming squarely at the enemy camp. He played the scene again back in his mind, slowing the procedure down, to view again in horror the famous deed.
Charming, simply charming. Was it charming, my dear?
It was certainly charming, wasn't it? I was completely charmed by it.
Excuse me, Excellency.
Someone is stopping me. Who's stopping me? Who's the topper?
I'm tapping, sir. I'm the tapper. Chekov.
Dear, it's the sneezer. Stand back.
No. I'm all sneezed out. I was just worried of you going out into the air with a down head.
That it was a trifle. A mere faux pas. Forget it, young man. A music play, don't you think?
Music? Oh, yes. So good. I have learned so much in years.
Which part did you like the most?
When I sneezed on you, it was unforgivable, sir. I'm sorry.
Forget it, young man. It's alright, I say. Come, my dear. It looks like rain and I don't want to get my head wet again.
Come on, dear. You're not to be sneezed at.
I'm ruined. They'll have me fired from trees and bushes. They'll send me down to branches and trees.
Come, Ivan.
What?
You mustn't let it concern you. It was a harmless little sneeze. The general's probably forgotten it already.
Do you really think so?
No, I'm scared.
And then they walk home in despair.
Perhaps I should send him some nice Turkish towels. Then he would forgive me.
Cherdiakov's once promising career has been literally blown
Why
away.
did this happen to me? Why did I even go to the theater? Why didn't I stay at the balcony with people of our own class? We love to sneeze on each other.
Come to bed, Ivan.
No, perhaps if I was gonna go to his office and ask him in such a kind manner, he would have no choice than to forgive me.
Maybe it's best not to remind him, Ivan.
No, if I want to be a gentleman, I must behave like one.
And so the morning came, and it so happened that this was the day that the general was listening to petitions. And since there were 50 or 60 petitions ahead of Cherdiakov, he waited from morning until late afternoon.
Next.
I'm not next to your excellency, I'm last.
Very well then. Last.
That's me, sir.
What's your petition?
I have no petition, I'm not a petitioner.
Then you waste my time.
Don't you recognize me, sir? Look at my face, I'm the splatterer.
The who?
The splutterer, the sneezer, the sneezing splutterer.
Indeed. And what is that you want now? A Gesundheit?
No, your forgiveness. I just wanted to point out that there was no political or anti-social motivation behind my sneeze. It was a non-violent, non-partisan act of God. I curse the day the protuberance formed itself on my face. It's a hateful no, sir, but I'm not the one to blame. Absolve the innocent body. Exile my nose, but forgive me, your excellency, forgive me.
My dear young man, I'm not angry with your nose. In fact, I'm too busy to deal with your nasal problems. Now, go home, take a hot bath, or a cold one if you like, and stop bothering me with these silly business of yours. Chibber, 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 chibber. That's all I have all day. Chibber, 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 chibber.
God bless you and your wife and your household. May your days be good and your nights even better.
The sense of relief that came over Cherdiakov was enormous.
May the birds outside your window sing, and may your coffee be hot and strong.
The weight of the burden that was lifted was inestimable.
I worship the chair that you sit on and the uniform that you wear when you sit on this chair.
He walked home singing and listening like a lamb. The life was a joy, a marvel, a heavenly paradise.
Oh God, I'm happy.
And yet, when he arrived home, he began to think.
Have I been the butt of a thoughtless and cruel joke?
Had the minister toyed with him?
If he had no intention of punishing me, why did he torment me so unmercifully?
If the sneeze meant so little to the minister, why he deliberately caused him to twist in his bed?
To twist in agony the whole night.
Cherdiakov was furious.
I'm furious.
He foamed and fumed and pissed all the night, and the morning came and he called out his wife, Sonia.
Sonia! I've been humiliated.
You, Ivan? Who will humiliate me?
I'll tell you who. General Brazilov, the swine. He basically made me to go to his office and beg on my knees. I was reduced to a gibbering idiot.
You were not reduced?
I must go back and tell him what I think of him. The lower classes must speak up. The world must be made a safe place for all nations, all creed, all religions to be able to go to their superior and sneeze on him. It is he who will be humiliated by I.
And the next morning came, and he came to humiliate him.
Last. Well.
Well,
Yes.
well, you say. Don't you you recognize me, Your Excellency? Look at my face? Yes. You are quite correct. It is me once again.
It is you once again, who?
Chekov. And I came taking neither a hot nor a cold bath.
Well, let this filthy man in. What is it?
What is it? You sit there behind your desk and ask me, what is it? You sit there behind your lofty position as general and minister and ask me, a lowly civil servant, what is it? You sit there in full knowledge that there is no equality in this world, that there are some of us that serve and some that are served, some of us that obey and some that are obeyed, some of us that bow and some that are bowed, and that some of us in some circumstances are the cause of that humiliation and others get humiliated. And you still ask me, what is it?
What is it? Don't stand there tipping like an idiot. What is it you want?
I'll tell you what I want. I just wanted to apologize for saying that it was an accident, I promise.
Out! Out! You idiot! Fool! Imbecile! I never want to see you again. If you ever cross my line of vision, I will hear you inside forever. What's your name? You damn spreader! You maggot! You lower than anything! You are a second cousin to a cockroach! Son-in-law of a bedbug! You're nothing, you hear me? Nothing! Do you hear me?
At that moment, something broke loose inside of Chekov. Something so vital, organic, that the damage done seemed irreparable. Something drained out of him that could be described only as the very vital life force itself. The matter was over, for once, for all, forever. What happened next was quite simple. Ivan Ilyich Chekov arrived home, removed his coat, lied on the sofa, and died.
Wait! For those who are offended by life's cruelty, there is an alternate ending. Ivan Ilyich Chekov went home, took off his coat, lay down on the sofa, and inherited 5 million rubles. There is not much point to it, but it's uplifting. I don't want to paint life any harsher than it is, but some of us are indeed trapped. Witness the predicament of the young governors who cares for and educates the children of a well-to-do family. Shocked indeed.
Yes, madame. Look at me, child. Pick your head up. I'd like to see your eyes when I speak to you. Yes, madame. So, how are the children coming along with their French lessons? They are very bright children, madame. They're bright children, you say. Why not? And mathematics? They are doing well in mathematics, I assume. Yes, madame. Especially Vanya. Certainly. I knew that. I excel in mathematics. He gets it from his mother, wouldn't you say? Yes, madame. Eyes. Eyes. Don't be afraid to look people in the eyes, my dear. If you treat yourself as inferior, that's exactly how other people will treat you. Yes, madame. Now let's settle our accounts. I assume you need money, although you never asked me for it yourself. So we agreed on 30 rubles a month, did we not? 40, madame? No, 30. I made a note of it. I always pay my governess at 30. Who told you 40? If you did, madame, I've spoken always concerning money. Impossible. I always pay my governess at 30. Maybe you thought you heard 40, but I say 30. Maybe if you kept your head up, that would never happen. Look at me again, and I'll say it clearly. Look at me. 30 rubles a month. Yes, madame. Now, you've been with us for 2 months exactly. 2 months and 5 days. No, exactly 2 months. I made a note of it. You should keep the books the way I do to avoid those discrepancies. Now, 2 months at 30 rubles per month comes to 60 rubles, correct? Yes, madame. Subtract 9 Sundays. No, we did agree.
We did agree to subtract Sundays, did we not?
No, madame.
I always subtract Sundays. Don't you recall what I said we subtract Sundays?
No, madame.
Think.
No, madame.
You weren't thinking there. Your eyes were wandering. Look at me again and think hard.
Yes, madame.
Good girl. I was sure you'd remember. Last 3 holidays.
No, madame. Christmas and New Year's.
Your birthday, that's 3.
But I worked on my birthday, madame.
You did? There was no need to. My governesses never work on their birthdays.
But I worked, madame.
But that's not the question, Julia. We are settling financial matters. I will, however, only count 2 holidays if you insist. Do you insist?
I did work, madame.
Then you do insist.
No, madame.
Very well, then that's 12 rubles out. Now, for 4 days, little Polya was sick and there were no lessons.
But I gave you Susvanya.
True, but I engaged you to teach 2 children, not 1. Shall I pay you in full for only half the work?
Yes, madame.
So we'll deduct it. Now, for 4 days, you had a 2-day, and my husband gave you permission to not work after lunch.
After 4. I work until 4, madame.
Well, I have here, did not work after lunch. We have lunch at 1 and we are done at 2, not at 4, correct?
Yes, madame, but
That's another 7 rubles off. 7 and 12 comes to 19, subtract from 60 leaves 41, correct?
Yes, madame.
Now, January 4th, you broke a teacup and a saucer.
Just a saucer, madame.
What's good as a teacup without a saucer, huh? The saucer was an heirloom, cost 2 rubles. It actually costs much more, but I let it go. I'm used to taking losses. Now, January 12th, little Polya climbed a tree and tore his jacket.
But you forbid to do it, madame.
But he didn't listen, didn't he? 10 rubles. January 19th, the Vanya's shoes were stolen.
By the man, you did it yourself.
But you paid good money to watch everything. I thought I explained it on our first meeting. Were you listening that day, Julia, or was your head in the clouds?
Yes, madame.
Yes, your head was in the clouds.
No, I was listening.
Good. And January 29, I myself gave you 10 rubles.
No, you didn't.
I made a note of it. Why would I make a note of something if I didn't value it to you?
I don't know, madame.
Well, that's not a satisfactory answer, Julia. Why would I make a note of something if I haven't given it to you? No answer? Then I must have given it to you, mustn't I?
Yes, madame. If you say so.
Certainly I say so. Now take 27 from 41 leaves 14, correct?
Yes, madame.
What is it? Tears. Has something made you unhappy, Julia? Please tell me. It pains me to see you like that. I'm so sensitive to tears. What is it?
Only once since I've been here, I've ever been given any money, and that was from your husband. On my birthday, he gave me 3 rubles.
My husband? 3 rubles? Well, there is no note of it in my book. I'll put it down now. Thank you for telling me. Sometimes I'm a little lax with my accounts. Always shortchanging myself. Now, so that leaves us with 11 rubles. Here is your salary for 2 months. Do you wish to check my figures?
It's not necessary, madame.
Then count it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are only 2, madame.
Maybe you dropped a coin. Look at the floor.
No, I didn't drop anything, madame. I'm quite sure.
Well, I know I gave you 11 rubles and it's not here on my desk. Look at the floor.
10 rubles would be fine, madame.
Keep the 10 for now, and if we don't find it on the floor, we'll discuss it again next month.
Thank you, madame. You're very kind, madame.
Julia!
Yes, madame.
Why did you thank me?
For the money, madame.
For the money? But don't you realize what I've done? I've cheated you. I robbed you. Instead of 80 rubles I owe you, I only gave you 10, and you still thank me? Why?
In the other places that I worked before, madame, they didn't give me anything at all.
They've cheated you even more than I did. I just wanted to play a little lesson with you because you're much too trusting, and in this world it's very dangerous. Here's the rest of the salary. 80 rubles. Take it.
As you wish, madame.
Why don't you speak up? Why don't you cry out against this cruel and unjust treatment? Is it really possible to be so guileless, so innocent, pardon me for being so blunt, such a simpleton?
Yes, madame, it's possible.
Wait! For those who are offended by life's cruelty, there is an alternative ending. Julia was so enraged by such a cruel and unjust treatment that she quit her job on the spot and went back to her poor parents where she inherited 5 million rupees. It is my intention someday to write a book of 37 short stories all with that same ending. I do love it so. You know that it has been said that man is the only living creature who is capable of laughter, and it is that faculty that separates us from the lower forms of life. Yet, one must wonder about this theory when we examine some of the objects of our laughing. For example, pain. Pain, needless to say, there is no matter laughing, unless, of course, in somebody else who is doing the suffering. Why the sight of a man in the throes of excruciating agony from an abscessed tooth that has enlarged his jaw to the size of an orange is funny? I couldn't say. It is not funny, not in the least. But in the village of Astempko, where they have very little access to entertainment, a man with a toothache can tickle their ribs for weeks. Certainly, Sergei Gorniglaskov, the sexton, saw nothing humorous about it. Yet as he passed through the village on his way to the hospital, his moans and groans warned him more chuckles than sympathetic remarks. Wouldn't he find even more amusing to know that the good doctor, who normally performed the extractions of angry teeth, was away at the wedding of his daughter, and the duty fell to his new sister, Kuriaka, a willing medical student, if alas, poor sexton and an experienced one.
Με τα πάνω, τον κυρίο μη γονέψατε σε
Greetings, Father. What brings you here?
The pain is unbearable. It's unendurable.
And where exactly is the pain?
Where isn't it? Everywhere. It's the whole side of my mouth.
How long have you had this agony?
What time is it today?
Tuesday.
10 years. 10 years! Since yesterday morning, it feels like 10 years. I must have sinned terribly to deserve this. God must have dropped all other business. Punch me this way. Where is the doctor?
The doctor is away on personal business. He left the care of his patient in my incapable hands.
Are you a doctor?
In every way. Except the degree. I'm a doctor to be.
And I'm a patient to be. Goodbye.
I can assure you the only things that prevent me of being a so-called doctor is the formality of an examination. I'm skilled. I'm just not titled. Please, Father, I beg you for this opportunity. Please, sit in the chair.
Heaven, help me today. Even sitting hurts.
No doubt. The nerves are inflamed. What's wrong with the pain which seems to be?
Are you going to remove the nerves?
The tooth that's connected to the nerve. It's a matter of surgery. What? Sorry. I spoke to study my nerves.
Put it in. Smoke it. Smoke it.
Thank you. Now, let's see what we have here.
Please, I pray for you. Be gentle.
Don't worry. My dear Saxon, we live in an age of advanced science. In skilled hands, there is no longer need for pain. If it's gentle as you want, gentle as you have. Now, I your mouth, please. My dear Sexton, inexperienced as I am, I know it's essential you open your mouth. It's mandatory to all work concerning mouth to have it open first. It'd be highly practical for me to pull your tooth from the outside. Now please, open your mouth! Not the lips, the entire mouth. I don't want to brush your teeth, I want to examine them.
Will you be gentle?
Did I promise I would?
I was promised many things I never done.
There's no pain connected to this part. This part is merely an examination. To find out what must be done, when and how. Now, open up! Now, there it is, the ugly little fellow. You're the nasty one, aren't you?
Stop talking to it! Don't have friends with it! Pull it out.
Don't rush me, I'm evaluating. Your tooth has a hole in it, big enough to drive a horse and a carriage through. It's even disgusting to look at it. But if this is going to be my profession, I have to get used to these things.
Will you be gentle?
Let me try something.
Will you be gentle?
As tough as the way your mother.
My mother didn't like me. Gentler!
I want to see how the nerve is exposed.
Ah.
Alright? All I'm going to do is to gently run your tooth. Excuse me. I have some information for you. The nerve is exposed.
Is that how far science was gone blowing on teeth?
Well, that's still inconclusive. Much depends on the temperature of the doctor's breath.
What are you going to do with that?
The tooth has to be. Oh! You will be quicker than your speed. The surgery is nothing. It's just a matter of a firm hand.
I pray for you. May the Lord give you health and quickness, mostly quickness.
Amen.
Amen.
Some days gives you trouble, I admit. But then only when the roots are deep. I hope you prayed for shallow roots. Now, let's see what we have here. Don't do that. Don't grab my hand. Let go. Let go, I say. You got my hand again. If I have to pull your tooth, I need my hand. Are you going to let go my hand? If you don't let go my hand, I want to take this horse and pull your fingers out. Sit still. Don't reach. Sit still. Now the important thing is to get a deep enough hole so we don't break the crown. Okay. I've got a firm grip on the little monster. Whatever I do, don't interfere. I'm gonna have enough trouble without interfering. Now, steady. When I say freeze, 1, 2, 3.
You pulled it all right. I hope they pull you to the other world like that.
Oh, I knew it. The crown broke. What a mess. You still got the roots in your mouth. I told you not to quit.
You butcher! You carpenter! You are the adventures for my sin. Compared to you, something was a joy.
You ignorant peasant. The only thing harder than your roots are the brain in your head. Now, back in the chair.
Keep away from me!
You have a
Butcher!
business.
If you put your fingers again in my mouth, it would be the first food I ate. Yes!
It's question of professional
No! Forget it! I'm going! No! Get away!
When you're old, do you need to try hard to find happiness when one can say that I have lived long enough, my way of life is falling into the sear, the yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age, as honor, love, obedience, true offense, I must not look to have. Thank you. Thank you. I believe you can find happiness in your other half. And if you don't have one, you can find one in the park. As you can see, a woman in her early 60s sits alone on a bench. She's reading a book. And on the other side, a man in his early 70s. He enters. He's carrying a walking stick, and he wears a large hat around his neck, a large scarf around his neck and a hat. He dips his hat to her.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon. Fine weather. Fine weather indeed. What did you say so, madam?
I hadn't noticed, really. Yes, I suppose it's a lovely day.
Not many more of those days are left, I'm afraid. The winter is just behind the tree over there.
Yes, the winters do seem to be getting longer lately. Have you noticed that? They come sooner and they stay longer.
Oh, I have noticed. Only in the last few years have I noticed.
Gentle person who's seen his share of life. Kind, gentle-looking person. He's never with a wife. If this kind, gentle-looking gentleman speaks once again to me, should this shy, nervous widow lady go out with him for tea?
A fine figure of a lady with quality and charm. A fine figure of a lady. She always sits alone to this fine figure of a gentleman who's older than the sea. As this fine figure of a lady lives in light to share some tea. I was wondering whether...
Yes?
Do you have the time of the day?
No, I don't carry a timepiece.
Oh, no matter. My business is not urgent. Yes, yes, it can wait. Yes.
So these old, weather-beaten gentlemen, these old, they want a chance to remind me of that sweet lady I lovingly called wife. I had my tender-hearted gentleman. Can I go through again all the pain, joy, and sorrow that you get from loving men? Is it too late for happiness? Too late for flings? Too late to ask for love? for the day. For someone to share the light so long since passed away. It's too late for happiness. Too soon. Fall. Too late for anything. Anything. At all.
It's clouding a bit.
Yes, there's a chill in the air. Yes.
Would you like my scarf?
No, thank you, no. It's getting late. I should be getting home.
Yes, I was thinking of the same thing. Unless...
Yes?
Would you care for a cup of tea? A cup of hot tea? That might be just the right thing.
Yes, tea. That I would love to.
Would you?
Yes, but not today. Perhaps tomorrow.
Yes.
There's always tomorrow.
There's always tomorrow.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day, madam.
Yes, there's still time for happiness. Time to be gay. Still time to once say yes. Just not today.
Was the greatest seducer of other men's wives that I have ever met. He was successful with all women, for that matter, but there was a special challenge. Two beautiful women married to prominent, rich, successful men. I could never do him justice. Let him tell you in his own words.
If I may say so myself, I am the greatest seducer of other men's wives. I say this not boastfully, but as a matter of record. The staggering figures speak for themselves. For those men interested in playing this highly satisfying but often dangerous game, I urge you to take out pen and paper and take notes. I'll explain my methods. In defense, married women may do likewise, but it will do them no good. My methods have never failed. Now then, there are three vital characteristics: patience, more patience, and still more patience. If you don't have the strength, then I urge you to take up bicycling or rowing. Perhaps seducing isn't for you. Now then, in order to get to a man's wife, you must, I repeat must, keep as far away from her as possible. Pay her no attention at all. Ignore her if you must. We will get to her through the husband. You're lucky, because you're about to witness a practical demonstration as it happens. My heart pounds with excitement, knowing that she will pass from this very garden any moment. My whole being tells me to throw my arms around her and embrace her, but I shall be cruel. Observe how the muscle works.
Peter Semyonich, fancy meeting you here.
My dear Nikolaich, you're looking well. Notice how I'm not looking at her?
Thank you, and you, devil, you're always looking well. Excuse me, have you met my wife, Irena? Of course you have. You sat next to her at the dinner at the Vision House. Irena, I don't know what this charmer said to you, but I must warn you, he's a scoundrel, a notorious bachelor, and an exceptional swordman. That's the best I can say for you, Peter.
You exaggerate, Nikki. Madam, good to see you again.
We're just taking a stroll, and if you're not busy, why don't you walk with us?
That's very kind of you, but as a matter of fact, a new romance has entered my life, and until she's out of my sight, I'll be incapable of any movement. Too much, do you think? As I said, be patient.
Fantastic. You never cease to amaze me, pretty, I suppose.
Suppose magnificent, suppose glorious, and you will suppose correctly.
Any complications?
As usual, a husband. I guess my cause looks hopeless.
Well, I'm placing my money on you, and you know me, I never bet unless I'm sure of winning. Well, we're off. Good hunting, my boy. Good hunting.
I know. Beautifully done, don't you think? I'm sometimes awed by the work of a true professional. Have you seen me speak to her? No, but yet, how much she knows of me. I'm a romantic man with women. B, a gifted sportsman. And C, and that's the most important of all, a man dangerous with women. At the same time, she feels disgusted about me because I'm a braggart and a scoundrel. B, because I'm shamelessly frank about my intentions. And C, because she thinks she's not the one I'm interested in. Watch how I accidentally bump into her husband one day at the club.
Peter, you're looking glum. I take it your pursuit's not going well.
Is it that obvious, Nikki? I eat less and sleep little. I got my colors half by an inch. Why do I waste my youth chasing women I can never call my own? How do I envy you, Nikki?
Me? What is it about me that you envy?
Well, your marriage, of course. A lovely woman, your wife, let me tell you.
What is it about her that fascinates you?
Her grace, her quiet charm, everything. But most of all, it's those adoring, loving eyes. It must send quivers through your body.
Quivers? No, not really.
Don't tell me you don't tingle.
Oh yeah, by all means, I tingle all the time.
She's an ideal woman, Nikki. Take that from a lonely bachelor and be glad fate gave you a woman like that.
Well, perhaps fate will be kind to you as well, Peter.
That's what I'm counting for. Oh, good heavens. I'm late for my doctor's appointment.
What is he treating you for?
Melancholia. Please say hello to your lovely wife, but I urge you not to tell her our conversation. It might embarrass her fragile sensitivities. Oh, where is the woman for me? I know where. Question is, how soon will she be mine? There's still work to be done, but not by me. This falls to my aide and accomplice, her husband. Oh, by the way, I saw Peter Semyonich today.
Oh, by the way, I saw Peter Semyonich today.
Who?
Peter Semyonich, the bachelor. That attractive fellow, you remember?
I remember. What a loathsome man he is.
Well, you may not think so when you know what he has to say about you.
Nothing that braggart had to say would interest me.
Well, he spoke most enthusiastically about you. He was enraptured by your grace, your quiet charm, and said something about your eyes and the way you looked so authoritatively. He certainly had a lot to say about you. He went on and on. Well, good night, my dear.
Good night, Vicky.
What else? What else did he have to say about me?
Peter.
Whatever that loathsome man name is.
Well, that's more or less what I said.
But you said he went on and on.
He did.
But you stopped. If he went on and on or so, either go on and on or let's go to bed.
Well, he said how much he envied me and how much he wanted someone to look at him the way he looked at me.
How does he know how I was looking at you?
That day in the garden, he must have been looking at you when you were looking at me.
But you were looking at him, so you wouldn't have seen how I was looking at you. As a matter of fact, I was looking at the flowers because it made me nervous the way he kept avoiding looking at me. He must have tingled for some other reason, Nikki.
It's getting rather confusing. The point is, he found you fascinating, and I thought it would please you.
Well, he doesn't. I would rather you didn't tell me such stories. Are you planning to see him again soon?
Tomorrow for lunch.
Well, I would rather not be discussing our lunch, tell him that. And at dinner, you can tell me everything you talked about. Good night, Nikki.
Good night, my love. I'm spellbound by my own powers. The same man he called loathsome not 2 minutes ago, now she hangs on every word uttered by me. He applied this method 2 to 3 weeks, and then when we go to the lunch, it's gonna be not only nourishing, but productive. Oh, by the way, I saw Nekrasov yesterday, the painter. He wants to paint the typical Russian beauty. He asked me if I knew any models. I said I knew just the one, but I wouldn't dare ask her myself. What do you think asking your wife?
Asking my wife what?
To be the model, of course. That lovely face of hers. It would be a damn shame if that exquisite face missed the chance to be immortalized for all the world to see.
For all the world.
Why don't you discuss it with her?
Perhaps I'll discuss it with her. So I said I'll discuss it with you. What do you think?
I think it's nonsense. I mean, how did he actually put it to you? Did he actually say a typical Russian beauty?
Precisely. And he said it's a damn shame if that exquisite face missed the chance to be immortalized for all the world.
He does get carried away by his own voice. Those exact words, you didn't miss anything?
Oh, that lovely face. I left out that lovely face.
He does go on, doesn't he? How many times did he say it? Once, twice, what?
Well, it's hard to remember.
It's not important, Nicky. I just wish in the future you'd write these things down.
Have you seen me talk to her? Have you seen me speak to her? Has any correspondence passed between us? No, my dear pupils. And yet she hangs on every word uttered by me. We apply this treatment 2 to 3 weeks, and her resistance is weakening, weakening, and weakening.
Oh, I think his mind is elsewhere on some woman by the look of it.
What woman? Has he mentioned any woman in particular?
Oh no, he's too discreet with that. He would protect her name at any cost.
It's really none of our concern, Nikki. Did you ask him to dinner tomorrow?
Busy, he's busy.
The day after?
Busy.
Next week?
Busy.
Next month?
Busy.
Doesn't the money?
Well, he said he's involved in a business and he couldn't see us for months. Oh, by the way, he said you should go on stage.
The stage?
Yeah.
Beyond the stage. Why in heaven's name?
Oh, 1 second, I don't want to misquote him.
No, take your time. Try to get it as accurately as possible.
Well, he said with such an attractive appearance, such intelligence, it's a sin for her to be just a housewife.
Oh dear, he said that?
And that ordinary demand don't exist for such a woman.
Nikki, I think I don't want to hear anymore.
Natures like that should not be bound by time and space.
Nikki, I implore you, please stop.
And then he said, if I were not busy, I would take her away from you.
He said that.
Yeah, right there.
What did you say to him, Nikki? It's important I know what you said to him.
Well, then I said, take her, I'm not going to fight over her.
Nikki, you must not discuss me with him anymore. I beg you to not mention my name to him ever again.
But I don't, my love. He's always the one who brings up the subject. He actually accused me for not treating you well. He shouted at me. She's an exceptional creature, seeking a way out. If I was Turgenev, I would put her in a novel, The Passionate Angel. The man is weird, definitely weird.
The man sealing my love letters with kisses and calls me weird. I ask you. Now, let's see what we've got so far. The poor woman is induced with passion to meet me. Her yawning, disinterested husband transmits my remarks, but it is my words that she hears. My voice speaks to her heart. I am relentless. There is no room for mercy in the seducing business. Now, for the final stroke, for the faint-hearted, I ask you to look away.
No, Nikki, I don't want to know anything anymore. I'm done.
But that's exactly what he said. He also begs me to tell you nothing because of your sweet, sympathetic nature. He would worry about someone else's distress.
He's in distress?
Worse. He's morose, morbid. He's in depth of despair.
But what's the matter with him?
Loneliness. He said he has no relatives, no friends, not a soul that understands him.
But doesn't he know how much we understand him? Doesn't he know how much we appreciate him? Doesn't he know how much we commune with him daily, you and I?
Well, I tried to make that clear to him. I also asked him to come to dinner with us tomorrow. But he's so depressed, he can't face people. He paces in public gardens every night when we met him.
What time?
Between 8 and 9. Oh, by the way, we're invited to the Veshnov tomorrow. Is 8 o'clock right for you?
Oh, no, I'm busy, you know. I'm visiting Aunt Sophia, she's ill. I'll be there at 9, or a little bit after.
Please, no applause. I couldn't have done it alone. I shared this success with my aide and accomplice, her husband. He wooed her so successfully that there is no courage fast enough to bring her to my arms. Now, for the conclusion, I urge you if you could bother yourselves with programs or such. The next few moments are private, and I'm after all a gentleman. My angel, my sweet dear angel, I've waited so long to tell you the words that I have in my heart.
No, not a word, not a sound, please. I couldn't bear it. Not until you've heard what's in my heart. For weeks now, I've been in torment. You've used my husband as a clever and devious device to arouse my passions, which I freely admit have been lying dormant for the past 7 years. Whether you are sincere or not, you have awakened in me desires and longings I never dreamed were possible. You appeal to my vanity, and I succumb. You bestir my thoughts of untold pleasures, and I weaken. You attack my every vulnerability, and I surrender. I'm here, Peter Semyonich, if you want me. But let me add this. I love my husband dearly. He's not a passionate man, nor even remotely romantic. Our life together reaches neither the heights of ecstasy nor the depths of anguish. We have an even marriage, moderate and comfortable. And by accepting this condition and the full devotion of his love, I have been happy. I come to you now knowing that once you take me in your arms, my life and marriage with Nikki will be destroyed for all time. I'm too weak and too selfish to take this decision. I rely on your strength of character, my dear Peter. If you want me, open your arms and I will come to you. If you love me, turn your back and I will never see or speak to you again. The choice, my dearest, sweetest love of my life, is yours. I wait for your decision. Goodbye, Peter. May life bring you the happiness you just brought to me.
Peter Semyonich, the former seducer of other men's wives, from that day on turned his attention to single, unmarried women only. Until one day, the perfect girl came along, and the confirmed bachelor married at last. He's today a completely happy man, except possibly on those occasions when some dashing young officer tells him how wonderful he finds his lovely young wife. But I think it's time for a break. Don't you think so?
Just getting a little nighter to clear my mind. Oh, that feels so good, so wonderful. The sea air is so refreshing. It revitalizes my entire body. But my mind is blocked. No ideas, no thoughts. Most unusual for me. Usually the ideas come to my mind and overflow it like a cascading fountain. Very good. But today, nothing. And still I have the urge to write. You know what? This is called the writer's block. This is so common to all men in my profession. Always calm, don't panic, always calm. Oh, wait a minute. An idea is coming. Hold on. Dance. And? No! False alarm! Sorry for disturbing you. It was an awful idea. Not only... Oh! Awful! And I've written it down. Oh. My nerves are tightening. So calm. Dear God, help me, please. Help me for my story. No. What am I doing? Am I asking the Almighty to help me for my petty needs? No. I must go home and try to sleep. If anything comes to your mind, please make it known to me. It doesn't have to be something original, even if just a germ of an idea. I'm very good at twisting things around. I would be very, very grateful. No. I shouldn't be asking the Almighty to help me for my needs. I'll go home and try to sleep before these things becomes very serious.
You, sir! Can I have a word with you, sir?
Who is there? I can't see you in the dark.
Good evening, sir. I was wondering, sir, if you might be in the mood for a little entertainment this evening.
Entertainment? I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure you do, sir! Entertainment, amusement, so to speak. A little diversion.
I think I do know what you're talking about, and I'm not interested. Go on, off with you. You should know better than to make such a proposal to a gentleman.
You've never witnessed anything like this before. This is a once-in-a-lifetime offer. Not a little bit curious?
Well, curiosity is the nature of my profession. However, I try to keep it morally elevated.
Perhaps you're right, sir. On second thought, this might be a little bit too much for a gentleman of your sensitivities.
Wait!
Got you with that last one, didn't I?
I'm just asking, man, you. What kind of entertainment are you talking about?
Well, sir, how would you like to see, get over it, a drowned man?
I beg your pardon?
A drowned man. A man with his lungs filled up with salt water and stone dead from drowning. How much would you pay to see that?
Pay? Pay to see a drowned man? Are you insane? I wouldn't look at a drowned man even if they pay me. Why should I want to see a drowned man? You are mad. Get out of here.
Free rootles, sir. That's all it'll cost you. Free rootles to see him first, before he's in the water, then in the agonising act of drowning. And then the grand finale, the man already drowned, rest his soul.
I'm not understanding. What are you saying? That the man is not drowned yet? That he's still well and alive?
Not only alive and well, sir, but dry as a bone and standing before you. I'm the drowned man, sir.
Are you drowning yourself for 3 rubles? And you expect me to pay to assist to your own suicide? I must get away from this lunatic.
No, sir. You got it all wrong, sir. I don't actually drown. I impersonate a drowned man. I jump into the icy cold water. I flail around, splash around a bit, yell for help a few times. Then I go under. Bubble, bubble, bubble. And I come up, floating head down all puffy like. Sends a chill up your spine. Free rubles for individual performances, special rates for groups. Show starts in 2 minutes.
Why do I stand here discussing the price of admission of a drowning?
You miss the whole point, sir. This ain't some sort of a cheap thrill. It's a rich tableau filled with social implications. A drama. Not tragic, but I run a cool view of its flipping comic features.
Comic? What's comic about it?
I black my cheeks and bulge my eyes out, yell for help in a high squeaky voice. Sounds like a pig squealing.
And do you expect me to pay to hear an underwater pig squealer?
I've just had a very successful season, sir. Sold out in August. What'd you say, sir? Would you like me to book you now for a dinner show?
What do you mean by dinner show?
I jump in, flail around, throw you a nice fish. I think the halibuts are running now, sir.
Why do I stand here listening to this?
Oh, I wish you'd make up your mind soon, sir. In 5 minutes, that restaurant throws this garbage in the water, then it's messy. I'm in pride.
To hell with your pride. It doesn't prevent you from making a living, imitating a deceased swimmer.
You sure know how to strike at a man's vulnerable point, sir? That was cruel, sir.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be cruel.
You completely overlooked the finger points to my profession. Look here. Did you ever see a coal miner at the end of the day? Filth and grime all over his body. Soot up his nostrils and in his ears, black grit in his teeth. Disgusting. Or a barber who goes home at night with the cuttings of other people's hair stick to his hands. He gets in his bread, in his soup. It's nauseating. Do you know where a surgeon puts his fingers?
Oh, please.
Or a farmer his feet? Every man who works eventually touches something filthy. On the other hand, I deal with water. Water's wet. It's clean. It's purifying. I have to take a bath when I get home at night, sir. I've already done it, sir. Can you say the same, sir?
Do you expect me to discuss my toilet habit with you? My God, you're infuriating. There must be a carriage there.
You'll regret it. You'll be back one night, bored to death, dying to see the drowning, and I'll be gone. I'll close up on flipping Yoa, and next week I'm in Yoa.
Well, listen, there is a police officer now. Now, if you don't leave me alone, I will have you arrested for soliciting.
I ain't soliciting. I'm in the maritime entertainment business.
Drowning is no maritime entertainment business, and you are a what a lunatic. Officer!
I'm going.
Sir.
Yes, there is a man there, over the docks. I wouldn't be surprised if he would be arranged.
A lot of bad characters around these dogs at night, sir. A gentleman like you shouldn't be wandering around here. What was he pestering me about?
Well, I'm warning you, you will find this strange. He wanted to charge me 3 rubles to watch him drown. Can you imagine?
Strange. It doesn't worth more than 60 kopecks. You can get as fine a drown as you want to see and not pay any penny more. 3 rubles. What nerve.
Officer, I think that you are missing the point.
There are 2 brothers on the next pier. For 1 ruble each, they're giving you a double drown. You have to know how to bargain with these men, sir. That's your money's worth.
It's not a question of price.
3 rubles. Why, on the other day right over there, 14 men act entirely simple for 3 rubles. On a good day, for 10 rubles, you can get a whole navy going down. Yes, sir. 60 kopecks. That's all I pay for a good drowning. Stick to the price, sir, and have a nice evening.
It's come. It's finally come. The day the world became mad, it's finally come.
I see the officer's gone, sir. What'd you tell him, sir?
Tell him I told him the truth, that you are mentally unbalanced. Unfortunately, he was a little bit more unbalanced than you.
Still, I appreciate you not causing me any trouble, and in gratitude, I'm reducing my price to an all-time low, 80 kopecks.
80 kopecks, you thief! You little rat, deceiving little thief! I will not pay more than 60 kopecks.
60? 60 kopecks? Where's my profit? My towels cost me 40, and another 40 for the fella who fishes me out. What's the point? I'd be losing money on it. I might as well stay under.
You can cheat me, sir. 60 kopecks, take it or leave it.
Flippin' heck. You're a hard man, sir, a hard man. 60 kopecks at flippin' wellies.
50, 60. What should I stand?
Right on the edge of that dock, sir, right up close. That's where you see all the action.
It's a little bit dark over there. Are you sure I will be able to see well?
That's what makes it so eerie. The eerier, the more entertaining. All the action's in the last 10 seconds anyway. Well, here I go. Oh, when I come up for the third time, I almost forgot. I want you to yell at the top of your lungs, Popnichevsky! Popnichevsky!
Who is Popnichevsky?
He's the fella who jumps in after me so I can't swim, sir.
Are you driving yourself without knowing how to swim?
That's what makes it so entertaining and exciting. Popnichevsky was wasting the very last second before jumping in and pulling me out. He's in that restaurant there having a drink. Popnichevsky. Don't forget the name, sir. If you like it, tell your friends. In the soup, as we say.
A little bit towards me. I can see you very well there. Can you hear me? Very well. I have enough of that part now. Can you please drown yourself now? Can you hear me? I would like to have you drown now. This was the third time, isn't it? What was his fellow's name?
Does anybody knows how difficult it is to become an actor? It's hard as nail. Stress, anxiety, disappointment, all for nothing. I wish if I was an actor, but I'm not. But surely, this actress is phenomenal.
Next actress, please. Next actress, please.
Hi.
Name.
What?
Your name.
My name.
Yes, please.
I'm Nina.
Nina? Is that it? Just Nina?
Yes, madam. No, madam. I'm Nina Mikhailovna Zeretsna.
Age?
My age?
Yes, please. That means how old are you?
How old are you looking for?
Couldn't you answer the question simply, please?
Yes, madam. I just wanted you to know that I can be any age when you need it. I can be 15. I can be 30. Once in school I played a 78-year-old rheumatic woman. Everyone said it was very believable. A 78-year-old rheumatic woman told me so herself.
That's all very well, yes, but I'm not looking for a 78-year-old rheumatic woman. I'm looking for a 22-year-old girl. Now, how old are you?
22.
Really? I would have guessed 27, 28.
I have a very bad head cold, madam. Last year when I had influenza, the doctor thought I was 39. I can be any age when you need it.
So you have temperature?
Yes, 39.5.
Good God, what are you doing walking around in the dead of winter with 39.5 temperature? Go home, child. Go to bed. Come back some other time.
No, madam. I'm feeling already much better. Yes, I'm down to 37.5. Please, madam, let me read. I've been waited 6 months to get this audition. I've also been waited 3 months just to get this 6-month waiting list. If I go at the end of this list again, it will be too late for me to be 22, and I will be 23. Please let me read, madam.
Yes, I can see you have your heart set on being an actress.
My soul, my very breath, the bones in my body, the blood in my veins.
Yeah. We had enough of your medical history. But what practical experience have you had?
As what?
Well, for example, the thing we're talking about, acting. How much acting experience have you had?
Do you mean on a stage?
Not as good a place as any.
Well, I studied acting for 3 years under Madame Zoblienska.
She teaches here in Moscow?
No, in Odessa. But she's a very great actress herself.
Here in Moscow?
No, in Odessa.
You are then, strictly speaking, an amateur.
Yes, in Moscow. In Odessa, I'm a very professional.
Yes, that's all very well. But you see, we're looking for a 22-year-old professional actress in Moscow. Odessa, although a grand lovely city, theatrically speaking, is not Moscow. I would advise you to go home, get some experience, and take more aspirins.
Madam, even if you did not employ me, just to read for you, it would be a memory I would cherish for all of my life. If I may be bold, I think you are one of the greatest living authors in all Russia.
Really?
Yes.
That's very kind of you.
I've read...
Perhaps we have a few more minutes.
As I was saying, I've read everything you've written. The stories, the articles, especially the one about... Every time I think of it, I can't control myself.
Which one is that? Really?
It's the death of the government clerk.
The death of our government... I don't remember that. What was that about?
The sneezing splatterer.
Oh, this one. You found that funny, didn't you?
So much.
Strange. I meant it to be sad.
It was very sad. I cried for days.
Was it really? And of everything you've written, what was your favorite?
My very, very, very favorite.
Yes, what was it?
Tolstoy's War and Peace.
That's not mine.
Well, you asked me what my very, very, very favorite was.
You are an honest little thing, aren't you? It's refreshing. Irritating, but refreshing. Very well. What are you going to read for me?
I would like to read from the Three Sisters.
Indeed, which sister?
All of them. I mean, of course, if you have the time.
Good heavens, why don't you read the entire play while we're at it?
Really? I know all of it. Act 1. There is this drawing room in Prozorov house. It is midday. The sun is shining through the French doors and...
That's not necessary. An excerpt will do nicely, thank you.
I would like to read the last moment of the play.
Good. That shouldn't take that long.
Madam, can you please say for me, Tarara Bundier, sit on the curb, I may?
Certainly not. Why would I say such an idiotic thing?
I don't know, you wrote it. Zebutkin says at the end of the play, Madam, I've walked 4 hours to get here from Odessa. Can you please do it for me?
All right. Whenever you are ready.
Yes.
Tarara Bundier, sit on the curb, I may.
And Massa says, everyone has left, and we're here alone to start our life over again. We must live. We must live. And then Irina says, a time has come, and I shall go on and teach in the school. Those in need, I shall give my soul, my heart, and I shall go on working and working. Now is autumn. Tomorrow is winter and snow will cover everything. And I must keep working and working. And Olga says, the music plays so gaily, so valiantly. One wants to live, but soon the time will come and we will be forgotten. Our souls, our voices, our bodies will be forgotten. Come, dear sisters, come! It seems as if it's just a little more and we will still know why we're all suffering. If only we knew. If only we knew. Thank you, madam. This is all what I needed. Thank you. You made me so happy. Thank you.
Will please somebody go get her before she goes all the way back to Odessa?
Ladies and gentlemen, it was suggested from my husband that I come here today and talk to you about defenseless people. I'm not a professor, I don't have a university degree, and yet, I've been constantly ruining my health with matters of, strictly speaking, scientific nature. I am a woman of intellectual capabilities, and at times I write essays about very specific matters, not necessarily specific, but if you rather, apparently. Today I would rather not. I would rather talk about a bank, and a bank official in his environment.
Mr. Kistunov! Shh! Please, lower your voice. I'm sorry, sir. It's just that my gout is acting up again and my nerves are like little firecrackers. The least little friction can set them off.
Must be very painful, sir.
Combing my hair this morning was agony.
Mr. Kistunov,
What is it, Pachatkin?
there is a lady out there who insists on seeing a directing manager. We couldn't make head or tail out of her story, but she insists on seeing you, but perhaps that you're not well.
No. The business of the bank comes before my minor physical ailments. Show her in, please. Quietly. Good morning, madam. Forgive me for not standing, but I'm somewhat incapacitated. Please sit down.
Thank you.
Now, what can I do for you, madam?
Oh, sir, you can help me, sir. I pray to God you can help me. No one else in this world seems to
Calm yourself, madam. I beg of you, please calm yourself.
I'm so sorry.
Now, I'm sure we can sort it all out if we approach the matter sensibly and quietly. Now, what is the trouble?
It's my husband, sir. Collegiate Assessor Suki. He has been ill for 5 months. 5 agonizing months!
I know the horrors of illness and I can sympathize with you, madam. What's the nature of his illness?
Oh, it's a nervous disorder. Everything seems to grate on his nerves. If you so much as you touch him, you scream, "Ah!" How and why that happened? Nobody knows.
I have an inkling. Please go on. A little less descriptively, if possible.
Well, the poor man, while he was lying in bed...
You're not gonna scream again, are you?
Not that I don't have a cause. While poor man was lying in bed in these 5 months, recuperating, he got dismissed of his job for no reason at all.
That's a pity, certainly. But I can't quite see the connection with our bank, madam.
Oh, you don't understand how I suffered during his illness. I nursed him from morning till night, doctored him from night till morning. Besides, cleaning my house, taking care of our children, feeding our cat, our dog, our goat, my sister's bird who was sick.
The bird was sick?
My sister. She gets dizzy spells. She has been dizzy for a month now.
Extraordinary. However,
And then, how to take care of her house, and her children, and her cat, and her dog, and her goat. And then, her bird bit one of my children. So our cat bit her bird. And then my oldest daughter, the one with the broken arm, she drowned my sister's cat. So now my sister, she wants as an exchange our cat, or else she will drown
or break my oldest daughter's other
Well,
arm.
you certainly had your pack of troubles, haven't you? But what I can't quite see.
And then I went to get my husband's payment, and they deducted 24 rubles and 36 kopecks. For what? I said. Because he borrowed it from the employees' fund, they said. That's impossible! He would never do that without my approval. I would break his arm! No, not now that he's sick, of course, and I'm not well myself. I don't have the strength. I have this racking cough that's a terrible thing to hear.
Well, you certainly had your hard struggles. But what is it that you want from me, madam?
What rightfully belongs to my husband. 24 rubles and 36 kopecks. No one will want to give this to me because I'm a woman, weak and defenseless. Some of them have even laughed at my face. Where is the humor, I wonder, in a poor, defenseless creature like myself?
None. I see none at all. However, madam, I don't wish to be unkind, but I'm afraid you've come to the wrong place. Your petition, no matter how justified, has nothing to do with our bank. You have to go to the agency where your husband was employed.
What do you mean? I have been to 5 agencies, and no one will even listen to my petition. I'm losing my mind. The hair is falling out of my head. Look at my hair! Don't tell me about it!
Please, madam, keep your hair in its proper place. And now listen to me carefully. This is a bank. A bank. We're in the banking business. We bank money. Funds that are brought here are banked by us. Do you understand what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
I'm saying I can't help you.
Oh, you say you can't help me?
I'm trying. I don't think I'm making headway.
Oh, you say you don't believe that my husband is sick? Here, here, here. Here is the evidence. That's the proof that shows that my husband has a nervous disorder! Do you still doubt that my husband has a nervous disorder?
Not only do I not doubt it, I would swear to it.
Look at it. You didn't look at it.
It's really not necessary. I know full well how your husband must be suffering.
What's the point in a doctor's certificate if you don't look at it? Look at it!
Okay, yes, I see. Your husband is sick. It's right here on the doctor's certificate. Well, you certainly have a good case, madam, but I'm afraid you've still come to the wrong place.
You lied to me. I took him as a man of your word, and you lied to me.
I lied? When?
When you said you read the doctor's certificate. You couldn't have read the description of my husband's illness without seeing that he was fired unjustly. Don't take advantage of me because I'm a weak, defenseless woman. Just do me the simple courtesy and read the doctor's certificate. That's all I ask. Read it and then I'll go.
But I've already read it. What's the point in reading something twice when you've already read it once?
You didn't read it carefully.
I read it in detail.
Then you read it too fast. Read it slower.
I don't need to read it slower. I'm a fast reader.
Maybe you didn't absorb it. Let it sink in this time.
I absorbed it. It sank in. I could pass a test on what's written here, but it doesn't make any difference because it has nothing to do with our bank.
Did you read that part that says that my husband has a nervous disorder?
That part? Yes, I see. Your husband has a nervous disorder. My, how terrible. Only I can't help you. Now please go.
Oh! Excellent! I'm so sorry! I haven't caused you any pain!
Please don't kiss my foot! No! Oh! Can you get this into your body yet? If you will just realize that to come to us with this kind of claim is a stranger trying to get a haircut in a butcher shop.
What? Are you laughing at me?
Laughing? I'm lucky I'm breathing. Potakin!
Did I tell you that I have been fasting? I haven't eaten anything for 3 days. I want to eat, but nothing stays down. And I had the same cup of coffee three times
monumental human being, not a lunatic with a doctor's certificate.
He wouldn't read it. I gave it to him and he threw it back to my face. You look like a kind person. Have a pity of me. I read the doctor's certificate to see if my husband is sick.
I read it, madam, twice.
Me too. I had to read it twice too.
You just showed it to me outside. Everyone read it, even the doorman.
No, you didn't read it. You just looked at it.
Read it, Kochatkin. Don't argue. For God's sake, read it so that we can get her out of here.
Okay. It says your husband is sick. Now, can you please leave, madam, or I will have someone to remove her?
Yes, good. Remove her. Get the doorman and 2 of the guards. Be careful. She's as strong as an ox.
If you touch me, I will scream so loud that the whole city is gonna hear, and then you're gonna lose all your depositors. No one will want to come to a bank where they beat weak, defenseless women. I'm thinking again.
Weak? Defenseless? You're as defenseless as a charging rhinoceros. You're as weak as the king of the jungle. You're a plague, madam, a plague that wipes out all that crosses your path. You're a wind that blows villages over mountains. You're a raging river that washes out bridges and stately homes. It is women like you that drive men like me to the condition of husbands like yours!
Are you saying you're not gonna help me?
Get your Kochankin, strike her, beat some sense into her.
You hear how I'm being abused? He would have you hit an orphan mother. Did you listen to my cough? Just listen to my cough.
Madam, let's discuss it in my office.
Hey! Get your hands off me! Yay! I've been beaten! Oh my God!
I'm not beating you, I'm just holding your arm.
Kick her, you fool! Kick her while you've got the chance. You will never get her out of here. Give it sense!
A guess! A guess on you and your bank. I put a curse. May the money in the vaults turn into potatoes! May the gold in the cellar turn into onions! May the rubles turn into radishes! Stop! The comics into pickles.
Kochatkin, give her the money. Give her what she wants. Give her anything. Only get her out of here!
24 rubles and 36 kopecks, that's all Tita, that's all I want.
Let's go with me, madam, I'll give you your money.
And 1 more ruble to get me home. I would walk my... I have very weak ankles.
Give her enough for a taxi. Anything. Only get her out of here!
Oh, you're so kind, sir. God bless you, sir. I will remove the curse. Curse be removed!
Remove her! Oh my God, my hair is falling off!
Look at her going! And there is just one last thing. I will need a letter of accommodation for my husband to get a new job. Then I will come back tomorrow. God bless you, sir.
She's coming back. She's coming back. She's coming back. She's coming back.
You know what? I don't really like this game.
You're a loser.
In the vicinity of Krasnaya Square, there is a park that is seldom crowded.
I truly believe you were wrong, my dear. It was always crowded.
Are you going to let me continue, please? Where was I? Ah, yes. Here and there, a pair of young lovers strolling. A mother teaching its baby taking its first brave steps. A young girl calling out, "Fresh flowers for sale!" Which is actually only partially true because they're terribly not fresh. That's why they're for sale.
Yeah, are you sure about that? I went there yesterday, I bought a bouquet, and they were so fresh I almost started sneezing.
Are you going to let me continue? Where was I? Ah, yes. No one could ever imagine that this quiet, charming little spot would soon turn into a battlefield, which it always did, with precise punctuality every Tuesday at 3 p.m.
It was a quiet war. No guns, no booming cannons, not even marching feet. But nonetheless, a war. The adversaries were 3 aides and retired officers, 1 military, 1 naval, with cavalry. They had all served their countries long and with distinction, and now, in the twilight of their lives, they still had flickering sparks igniting their passions. If alas, no fire was ever started. They debated like on every subject under the sun. Horse, women, politics, even literature. They never seem to run out of subjects to disagree about. And they never did agree on anything, except to meet again on the same place for the purpose of what else? Continuing the disagreements. Loser.
Loser.
You know what? Today is Tuesday and the time you just heard. I better move out from that table because it's a battlefield and I don't want to be caught into ceasefire. I better watch from a safe vantage point. From the west comes the navy, from the east comes the army, and from the south the cavalry. If I had a drum, I would roll it. From the west comes the navy, from the east comes the army, and from the south the cavalry. If I had a drum, I would roll it. I'm sure somebody's coming from the south!
Good weather we're having tonight.
It's warmer than yesterday.
They say it may rain.
My bones are aching. It will rain.
The sky is full of clear.
Alright, so it's your turn. Pick a subject.
I got one.
A good one.
In my opinion.
What's the subject?
Lunch.
Lunch? Your subject is lunch?
At least it's better than lunch in the sea.
Yes, it's lunch. Don't you think that you concede?
I concede nothing. I merely stated it's a poor subject, but I accept the challenge. If it's lunch, it's lunch. Start.
Very well. Appetizers.
Appetizers, right.
To start a good lunch, the best appetizer is herring.
Wrong.
Definitely wrong.
Wrong? Is not herring the best appetizer?
It's good. I didn't say it's not good, but not as good as caviar.
You are wrong. Caviar is too rich for an appetizer. It should be reserved for special occasions with a little champagne, maybe. A snack, yes. An appetizer, never.
Caviar with champagne is a good way to conjure your companion. I had so many vivid memories.
Are you telling me that fresh caviar, lemon juice, finely chopped eggs, raw onions, garnished with parsley and served on lightly salted thin wafer biscuits is not a good appetizer?
Do you want to compare it with herring, marinated onions, white cream sauce, 2 black olives, sprinkled with dill, and the end piece of bread to soak up the dripping of the herring, the marinated onions, and the dill into one final succulent mouthful?
You argue well. I concede the appetizer.
Thank you. Next course.
Next course is soup. We're not going to have any arguments here. Borscht.
Borscht? What are we, villagers?
For soup, you pick up an ordinary dish of borscht.
It's not in a dish, it's in a bowl, and there's nothing ordinary about dipping hot borscht, prepared with sweet sugar beets, and served with ham and country sausages.
I would for sure have an old school chicken soup boiled in a casserole made with rice, roast potatoes and onions, and a young rooster from the Russian countryside cooked with demi-glace powder and sprinkled with lemon juice to give a kick in the mouth.
I would sooner have a cabbage soup, steaming from the pot, with big chunks of boiled potatoes and globs of tender meat still hanging from the bone.
Wait a minute. We are not talking about your ordinary, everyday, served in a restaurant borscht. We are talking about peasant borscht. The one you eat with a pound of hot corn bread in your left hand, and in your right hand, a heavy, thick wooden spoon.
A wooden spoon? You didn't mention a wooden spoon before. That's different. I concede to the soup.
Accepted.
Accepted.
Okay, how do we stand?
You want the appetizer, I want the soup.
Up to here, it's a very close lunch.
Next course is fish.
Very well. I don't mind about fish. Whatever fish you choose is fine with me.
You don't like fish?
I would love to hear what you have in your mind. What about you?
It's all right once in a great while, but for me, the important part of the meal is the roast. So why don't you pick up a fish and we move on to the roast?
So you concede the fish?
Yes, I do.
Mention a fish and I will concede it.
Pie. A nice piece of pie.
Carp is better.
What? Carp? I would love some sardines. A nice dish of sardines in tomato sauce from tomatoes of Krasnodar. It would be a nice dish for everyone who appreciates good food.
We don't like sardines!
I call for a stalemate on the fish.
Agreed, stalemate. Let's move on to the roast. It's your turn.
I pass.
Do you pass on the roast?
I pass my turn. I don't trust you anymore. I want you to go first.
It makes no difference for me. I contend that for the roast, there is nothing better than boiled beef, pear onion, peas, beans, bread, and cold spring wine. I can smell it now. I can barely contain my mouth from dripping with saliva. It is, I believe, your turn unless you concede to the boiled beef.
I hate boiled beef. with a bout of nice pork ribs in a hot caramel sauce, red onions, roast potatoes, and boiled cauliflower blended with cayenne pepper.
I could challenge boiled beef with a hen.
And I would challenge it with a wild grass from the forest of Tainga. Fried in lardon and boiled with asparagus, parsnips, and potatoes. How about that?
But I'm not going to do that. I challenged boiled beef with a duck.
A duck? I didn't think of a duck. How did I ever look at that? Wait, what kind of duck?
A young, fat, juicy duckling. One that has had the taste of ice during the first roast, and then it's roasted into a crisp golden brown.
I got into the duck!
That it crackles in your mouth. Roasted in the pan with the potatoes.
I considered, I said!
While the aroma was up your nostrils, driving your taste buds into a state of
How many times
frenzy.
do I have to consider? Are you there?
And the duck is basking in the juice of Spanish oranges.
Enough already! I choose for dessert.
Yes, yes.
I choose for dessert.
Cold peaches, sweet cream and brandy.
That's mine. You cannot take my dessert. Cold peaches with cream and brandy. It's mine. It's mine.
I can take it if it takes you an hour to think of it.
I would go for a red velvet cake dressed with white cream and accompanied with a nice cold vodka from Yogurt. How about that?
Are you through choosing?
Of course I'm through. We've been through all the courses, the lunch is over. I won a clear-cut victory. Consider the fact that we can go home.
But are you definitely through choosing?
Of course! What in God's name could follow? Cold peaches, sweet cream and brandy.
Cake, of course.
A cigar. A black panatella cigar. Followed by a 2-hour nap.
I forgot a cigar and a nap.
And after the cigar and the nap, a mint, a white tangy peppermint that kills the entire sour taste from your mouth.
Yes, I like this one. Very well said.
And with the mint, the newspaper, a blanket on your lap, a cozy fire, and a dog to rub your toes on. And the perfect lunch is over, and you're ready for the perfect dinner. Do you want me to challenge you for the perfect dinner? It's your turn, I believe.
It's my turn to pick a subject, not yours. I would choose.
I have enough for today. I feel a little bit chilly.
You don't look very good. Perhaps a little pale.
You maybe see a doctor.
Yes, maybe that's a good idea. I should drop into Dr. Wyszynski.
Wyszynski, that butcher?
I know another doctor, but I forgot his name. He treated my wounded horse during the war.
Are you trying to tell me that Dr. Wyszynski is not the best doctor in Russia?
Do you challenge me?
I challenge you both, but not today, next week.
Next week it is.
Next Tuesday then.
Next Tuesday
it is.
This one goes back a good many years ago to my youth. I was 19 years old to be exact, and in the ways of love, I was not only unschooled, I hadn't even been in the classroom. I was so innocent and shy, I actually thought that since the beginning of time, well, no woman had ever been completely unclothed. As for connubial bliss, I dared not think of it. As for impregnation, I chose to believe it was caused by the husband giving a wife a most ardent handshake before retiring, and I let it go at that. But my father was a wonderful man, quite liberal in his thinking, and on the occasion of my 19th birthday, he decided to introduce me to the mysteries of love. He was, however, a frugal man, and decided to escort me himself to see in the matter of bargaining that I would not be taken advantage of. Picture me, if you will, as my own dear father.
Antosa! Antosa, where are you? Antosa! Antosa! Antosa, where are you? Don't stand there in the dark shaking like a puppy dog. Come here, we have some adolescents to get over with.
Father, I'm sick. I'm not feeling well.
Sick? Sick? What's wrong with you?
I haven't thought of it yet. Give me a few minutes.
Fear. Pubescent fear. That's all it is. I was like that when I was your age.
You were my age, Father?
Of course I was your age. How old do you think I was when I was with my first woman?
You were with a woman, Father?
Of course I was with a woman. Don't you ever discuss these matters with your young friends?
We do. We just get too excited to listen.
Antosa, it's a man's obligation to enter a marriage, experience the ways of love. Otherwise, valuable years are wasted in endless groping.
I don't mind wasting few years groping, Father.
It's all in the process of becoming a man. First, you learn to walk. Then, you learn to talk. And now, it's time for you to learn this.
Really? I'm not even walking that well, Father.
Antosa, we cannot afford to wait any longer. Now, are you going to walk in there and have your first experience with a woman, or do I have to punish you?
Father, I don't think we can find any women of high moral character around here.
We are not looking for high moral women, Antosa. There is damn too many high moral women in this world. That is why high moral men have to come down to places like this. Now, let's get on with this business.
Can I hold your hand, Father?
Certainly not. You cannot go in there holding your father's hand. Now, your mother is expecting us by 9. We have exactly 1 hour and 10 minutes for you to mature.
Did you tell the mother where we're going?
Do you think I'm so insensitive? I told her we are going out to get some fresh air.
Don't she become suspicious when they came home all grown up?
It doesn't show up. Don't get spots like this. You might get a small smile in your face, but that's all.
Okay, Father.
Tell me the truth. If you would rather not go through with it, I'll take you home.
Take me home.
Wait until I ask the question, Antosa. Would you rather not go through with it? I'll take you home.
Take me home.
Okay, you can go home and you can play with your sailboats until you're ready.
Will you be angry with me?
No.
Will you be disappointed with me?
No.
Will you be proud of me?
No.
Alright, I'll do it then.
Good boy, Antosa.
And if I like it, can we do it again?
My God, I didn't bring you down here with the intention of leaving you here. It's a difficult business being a liberal father.
Hello, boys.
Oh, God. Is she one of the teachers?
She looks like the principal to me. Son, we are in luck. She's a charming looking girl. Now, stand here and I will go over to attend to your tuition.
Father, can I take just a correspondence course?
No, stand here, don't move, and stop twiddling with your hand. Good evening, madam. A lovely April night. Wouldn't you say?
Is it April already? I don't get out very much.
I can understand that. It's been a long time since I've been involved in such a matter. But I'd like to speak to you about a matter of some delicacy.
30 rubles.
30 rubles for the delicacy. You see, if it was for me, I'd say it's fair. I'd say it's fair, but it's not for me. It's for my young and inexperienced son. That's him, the one with the knees buckling.
It's still 30 rubles, sir. We don't have children prices down here.
Yes, I can understand that. But don't you think 30 rubles is too high for a 19-year-old boy? What do you say for 15 rubles?
For 15 rubles, I read Peter Rabbit. Sir, a Norwegian ship is due in tonight and I have to go in and put my blonde wig.
No, wait. It's an extenuating circumstance. You see, it's the boy's birthday, and I'd like him to have a nice gift. What do
How
you
about
say?
an umbrella?
You see, 30 years ago, in my time, I shared the pleasures of the most delightful girl on the street. Ilka, the milkmaid, she was called. She cost me 10 rubles.
Oh yes, she's still here if you'd like her, sir. She's down to 6 rubles
Certainly
now.
not, good heavens. Son, in a minute, I'm still shopping. Okay, 20 rubles, not a kopeck more. There is so much I'm willing to spend on education. What do you say?
Settled. You're a kind and loving father, sir, and I respect you for that. If I had a father like you, I'd never end up in the streets bargaining with fathers like you.
There is a moral somewhere in there. I just don't see it yet. Okay, settled for 20 rubles. There is one last request I'd like to make. At the conclusion of this evening festivities, I would appreciate it greatly if you could say happy birthday from Papa.
Happy birthday from Papa.
Yes, please.
Would you like any candles, sir?
No, that's not necessary. Just be gentle and kind to him. Gentleness is all I ask. God heavens, a tear. What a reason to cry for.
I'll wait upstairs. 2nd floor, 2nd door on the left. I'll be gentle, sir.
Thank you. The girls today seem to be much more understanding.
May I just say, it's men like you who make me proud to serve my profession.
What a wonderful nurse you would have made. Antosa, school is in, my boy, settled for 20 rubles. You need to know how to bargain with those people. Now, well, off you go. 2 flights up, 2nd door on the left. I'll wait you down here. Antosa, don't rush. Go on.
Father, do I say anything to her?
Like what?
Like hello?
Hello would be nice. Goodbye would be good too.
Is there any instruction you want to give me?
That's what I'm paying her good money for. The infraction you ask. Now, go on before I have to pay her overtime. What is it now?
It's funny, when I came down those stairs, I won't be a little Antosh anymore. I'll be Anton, the man. Well, thank you, Father. Goodbye.
No, Antosa, wait. I was just thinking, wouldn't you rather have a nice umbrella? There is plenty of time next year for you to become a man. Plenty of time next year.
If you wish, Papa. Yes, Papa.
Let's go, my son.
Life is unpredictable. Life is unchanged. Life is unfair. Life is uncontrollable. Life is unpredictable. Life is not easy. Look at the rather tough situation that Nadia Iskavina actually is gonna face. Today she was passing by the coffee shop and she heard that the husband of her best friend, Mikhail Kuvaldin. Mikhail, he was a lovely one. He passed away. He choked to his death with his own saliva. And now the closest circle of his friends, they thought that Nadia should be the one to break the bad news to his wife, Anna Kuvaldin. Nadia thought about it very carefully because she has to be very discreet. Anna has poor health. She's very weak. So he thought about it and she will knock the door very discreetly.
What did he say?
Nothing. The weather is awful. Dust, wind, terrible. I will be very quick and then I'll go.
May I offer you a cup of tea?
Yes.
All good?
All good. I will be very quick. I was just passing by and I thought, oh, this is Anna's house. Why don't just pop in and say hi?
I'm writing a letter to my father. Let me finish this and then we'll talk.
Don't worry. I'll be very quick. I was just passing by. I went for a walk. Sun, dust, terrible.
Just a second because I need to finish this today and then you
Yes, we will wait and chat. But I'm not gonna bother you for long. I'll be very quick. Keep on writing. Keep on writing.
I'm all ears.
Cheers. Anna.
Nadia.
Anna. Freedom is a great thing. I went for a walk. Sun, breeze.
Dust. Terrible.
Very nice. You breathe the air and you feel the spring. You never go out. It's because of the marriage. I am a widowed woman. And I'm free. No one is bothering me. No one is controlling me. I'm free. Do I want to go and see a friend? I do. Do I want to take the tram? I jump in. I jump out. Freedom, Anna. Freedom is a great thing. In a marriage, you have to cook. You have to clean. You have to iron. To take care of the children.
Okay, Nadia. Okay.
No.
I need to finish this today. Just a second and I'll be with you, okay?
Yeah. What happens if you are a lucky girl? Then you marry the nice guy. But what happens if you are married to Satan himself? For example, look at you. You wear a rose, And from the moment you got married to him, you're a mess.
A mess? I'm a mess? I'm a mess?
I am your friend, and I care about you. You've torn yourself apart with this man. He's drinking, staying up late with his friends. He's not worth of your love.
Oh, he's a changed man now, Nadia.
Yes, maybe.
I am to blame because I was fighting back and I was not nice to him. Yes.
Don't justify him now. We all know who he is. A gambler, a moaner, and very, very abrupt. God bless you, soul. He was not suited for family.
What did you say?
He was not suited for family.
No, this one, the other one.
What?
You said, God bless you, soul.
Me?
Yes.
No,
yes, you
you're
said
wrong.
It. You said
Oh,
it. Yes, you said it. No,
you're
no.
not looking well.
You said it.
I never said such thing.
Nadia, have you seen Mikhail today?
Yes.
Yes.
I saw him.
Where?
I saw him.
Where?
Earlier. In the coffee shop. He was there. Fighting and arguing with everyone. Very stubborn man. Keep on writing. Keep on writing. And I was just thinking, you know, I don't really see the point that you are attracted to him. I mean, if I were you, I would choose the best partner. Not this loser. If you were free, like me, you would be free to do whatever you want. Maybe get married again, if that's what you wanted.
Now listen to me, Nadia.
Okay, relax. Keep on writing. Keep on
Leave me
writing.
alone.
It's fine.
Leave me
Love him. If that's what you want, love him. I just never liked him.
I don't quite understand you, Nadia. You judge him too easily. Love is patient.
Love?
Yes,
Love?
love.
Do you really hear yourself? Love?
Love, yes.
It's just I never liked him. God bless his soul. I never liked him.
Hang on a minute, Nadia. You said it twice. God bless you, soul. Now look at me. Look at me. Eyes, look at me. Tell me the truth. I can clearly see that you're upset. Tell me the truth, please. Tell me the truth. She's dead.
Dead. So what? You're gonna die one day. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die as well.
What time?
What time will I die?
What time it happened?
What happened? I never said that anything happened. Anna, stop crying. Nothing happened, Anna. You're reacting.
I need to go.
No, Anna.
I need to go.
Anna, he was there in the coffee shop. He was there. He was fighting and arguing with everyone. Anna, he was there. The priest was reading to him. The funeral sounds that he was fighting with everyone.
Sounds.
No sounds. There were no sounds.
Why did the priest read funeral sounds for him?
No sound. No.
Stop torturing me.
Yeah.
Tell me the truth. I need to go.
Anna,
I need to go.
please.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. Let's go.
Where are we
Stop
going?
torturing me and tell me the truth.
Nothing happened. No, Anna, I don't understand why you're saying those things. The doctor said there are hopes. I mean, listen to me, Anna. Be reasonable. Okay, let's go. We will be ready for the funeral.
The funeral?
No, for lunch. For lunch. We will be there for lunch. Anna.
I need to go.
Okay, listen to me.
I need to go.
Please, it's fine. Listen to me. Anna, I was there. Anna, me, honestly, me, I was there. I was talking to him. Me. He was there. I personally talked with the corpse. I was trying to help.
I hope the portrait of my father came out with some affection. I loved him very much. And yet, with him, as with all other characters I've shared with you tonight, I cannot help but feel some sense of betrayal. When I put down my pen at the end of the day's work, I feel that I've robbed my friends from their precious life fluid. What makes my conscience torment even more is that I had a wonderful time writing for you tonight. But before you go, what was that you were talking early on before the story of Chekov? That was about what I was a child wanted to do with my life. Funny enough, for the life of mine, I can't remember. But somehow, I'm standing here tonight with this feeling of peace and contentment, and somehow I suspect I must be doing it. Thank you for your visit. Спасибо. If you ever happen to pass this way again, please drop in. Good night. Wait. There is an alternative ending. If you ever happen to pass this way again, I hope you will inherit 5 million rubles. Although there are better currencies these days. Good night.